I've always been in a position of feeling that everyone's got the responsibility of making somebody else feel good. Yeah? That, that's what's important in life, is part of it, making someone feel good. Just to get people in the idea that it's important to make a difference in life. And I want my students to do that too. And they'll do better in their own lifetime, and they'll do better in employment. If they do that, it does work that way. And I always use the expression here, I think I told you this story here, about what makes you feel good. Now they got to think of what did they do to make themselves feel good. Not only the other person, but themselves. So I tell them the story about, it's not a story, it's real. When you drive your car, you get to an intersection, the student's crossing the street to the path. You stop and you let them cross, right? What are you doing? You're making a difference. You're making a difference, you're helping them. And what do? Don't they wait? A lot of them are. As they walk across, they wave like, thank you. They're making a difference because they're thanking you for something you did for them. That makes them feel good that you stopped. It makes you feel good when they wave like this, knowing that they appreciate the fact that you stopped your car. You won't stop anyway, whether they wave or not. But that's making a difference. What is it that you can make a difference in your life, and it has to do with other people?
What is the connection with the Starfish and your Starfish Award?
Here we are on the beach, Coney Island, or wherever you want. I live in Brooklyn, we went to Coney Island a lot. Just in those days, you see at a certain time of the year, I don't know when it is, when you walk around and I used to ask, what's all this going on? And all these dead starfish on the ground. The way they brought them in, they were dying, they were dead, and they were laying in it. So the story goes, this man's walking along the beach, and he sees this guy picking up and throwing starfish in the water. So he went up to him. He said, are you crazy or what? There are thousands of starfish there. You pick one up and throw it in, what difference does that make? Guy picks up the starfish, throws it in, and says, it makes a difference to that one. So, no matter what the situation could be with numbers of people, let's say, and you do something for one person in that crowd, or group, or whatever it might be, that'll make a difference in their life, and that's what's important. One at a time.
How about a Jewish connection? When did you realize any aspect of how many Jews or how lack of Jews back in Virginia?
I never thought about it.
Did you ever go to the Blacksburg Jewish Community Center?
No.
No. So then when Hillel started, was that what's really opened your eyes up to, hey, there are Jews on campus and there's a Jewish organization now?
Yeah, Hillel did. Yeah, I saw a lot about that.
How about in your classes? Was there a Jewish presence? Were there a lot of Jewish kids taking classes back then?
I didn't ask the boys to pull down their pants.
At some point after you then became introduced to Hillel, did you start doing observing and participating in Passover or other services?
Very little.
You were our main greeter. Do you remember coming to the building and greeting out, teaching the students the proper way to greet people?
Part of what I teach.
Right. Well, our students don't get to hear.
I cannot get the university people to understand that.
They need it.
And it really bugs me when people come in the door to attend the meeting, there's nobody there to greet them. And particularly if it's the first time, they don't know anybody. They stand there and they look around and they don't know what to do. So I went out, I said, I'll agree. I'm going to go to the door and meet people and welcome them and tell them where to go for what and see. And And that's what I did.
You were always the best
Even
dressed,
though
too,
they're
man.
members, they're
Best
long-time members, still they should be greeted. They're not to be told where to go, but some of them do. But the idea is, greet the people coming into the door. And teach us in class. And then, after it's all over, be the last to leave, because go to the door and thank them for coming. The host people never do that.
I was impressed that we've attended a couple of outside programs
Again,
at
making
Hillel.
people feel
And
good.
and when you have people coming from lots of different directions when it's outside, I think it can be even more challenging because there's not a single point of entry. But there were students almost stationed at different corners of the tents and things like that, and they did a great job with that.
Thanks to Howard.
Yeah, so that was really nice.
All throughout the period with Thad, I was always open. I never hid it. I always told them.
Openly gay.
Now, I didn't really come right out and tell them. I didn't want to make it sound like I'm making an announcement,
Right.
but give them some hints
Right.
so they would know I
So
have
they
a
knew
part.
where we are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody knew it.
Wonderful.
When they hired me, I wanted everybody. I didn't want to have any
In the
secrets.
60s.
And yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
So I gave you little hints
Right,
and a little
yeah.
bit, and they got the idea.
Yeah.
Never had a problem. Never had a problem.
That's great.
Always told the boss wherever I worked. They can talk all, some of the employees will always talk.
Right. That's still the case.
As long as the boss knows about it and he's happy with it.
Was that discussed back then, like religious beliefs or anything in any of these dealings you've had?
No.
It never came up as far as you being Jewish or so and so being Jewish. It was not part of the
For
conversation.
homosexual. That's
Well,
not
right, the same
discussed.
thing,
I
right? It
told
was
them,
not
but,
discussed.
No, I always hinted and got
Right.
into it to let them know for sure so they know what they're doing.
Right, you were being open and honest, but it was
And you
kinda
didn't
under the
hide
table.
that you were Jewish either, right? No one asked,
Well,
but you didn't.
I didn't say, by the way, I'm Jewish,
Right.
because it was not a negative thing. I'm
Right.
homosexual.
But you didn't wear a Jewish
It's a
star.
negative thing. Being Jewish was a negative thing. You
Because
know what I'm saying? You don't
Right.
start telling people things that are not.
Sometimes in the
Right.
South, people will ask, "What church do you go
Right,
to?"
that's the
Or,
first
you know,
question
or
we
you
got.
wanna
Do they
go
do
to
that?
church
I
with
don't
me
know.
or things
I
like
never
We
that.
got
had
that
You
quite a
don't
bit.
get that.
We got that every time we met new people. When we moved to
Yeah.
Blacksburg.
Then they
that was
walked
the
away
first
and
Yeah.
never
question.
spoke to us again.
Yeah,
Many people.
I never had that.
So, okay. Interesting.
Never had any questions. I'm 93. So
It's all right. We're
it
interested.
goes on and on. There's so much that happened. I'm
Howard
so
said
lucky
we-
I remember a lot of it.
Yeah, it's amazing that you do.